Brakthia Howell, Brakthia Shai, Brakthia Howell, Brakthia Shai, Brakthia Howell, Brakthia Howell Bashim Yahushai Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Man, double honors to the apostles and the elders. Very mill, so much true salutations to the hopeful elect out there, man. You Akim to Sadakim that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. I'm the priest Shimon, and this week's topic is going to be entitled Regime Fail in Syria, Huge Prophecy. You know what I'm saying? And if you haven't been following, I did a lesson on Syria, Turkey, and Ezekiel 38, and this is pretty much a part 2 to that, because this is what's happening. The Kurds are pretty much, everybody knew they didn't stand a chance against the Turkish military. All right, so the regime change in Syria started with Barack Obama. All right, a lot of people out there, mainly our people, man, are so fucking ignorant. They think this guy Barack Obama was a quote unquote peace president, and he wasn't. I mean, prior to him coming in office, he voted for every war. He was a war president, and the guy took the United States into Syria. And by the way, he deported more of you West Indians, because Benjamin was big on this dude. He deported more than you. He did more deportations than Bill Clinton. You know what I'm saying? This guy, he smiles in front of a camera and shit, and now people get so deceived. But then again, Hosea 4:6, our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. But anyway, he was the one that brought the United States into Syria. That's not really Trump's doing. Trump didn't. If Obama didn't bring the troops in there, then Trump wouldn't have come in office with the troops in there. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to get that out there. So this guy Donald Trump, he backed off. Some see it as weakness. Honestly, it was a wise decision. I mean, why would you get in the middle of that? It has nothing to do with you. You got guys out there, quote unquote libertarians, that preach non-intervention. But at the end of the day, it's not really about the U.S. getting involved. It's Israel. It all goes back to the state of Israel, because I believe it was Lindsey Graham that said the regime failed in Syria is a huge detriment to the state of Israel. All right, the state of Israel would work with the Kurds because they used to use Kurdish territory as bases. But now that's all over with. Now this is why I'm saying this is huge prophecy fulfilling Ezekiel 38, because who's confederate with Gog and Magog? Tubal, right? The land of Tubal, when you read Genesis the 10th chapter, it belongs to the sons of Japheth, but geography-wise, Tubal is Asia Minor, all right, which is Turkey today. And the prophecy is that Tubal would be confederate with Gog and Magog. Now, right now, as it stands, Turkey is a NATO ally. So, United States, there's certain things that the United States could not do to Turkey, like when Turkey got involved with Syria, because they're a NATO ally. Now, as a result of not seem weak, the United States wants to put heavy sanctions on Turkey. Now, this is what everybody's talking about. See, Turkey's sort of on the fence, of the West and the East. Now, they feel like if Donald Trump issues sanctions on Turkey, then Turkey would start to lean more east, start to lean more with Russia, will start to lean more with Iran. All right? So we're seeing that's Ezekiel 38 coming to fruition. And we're also seeing that the EU and NATO is starting to be weakened. You got to understand, when Yahushua come back, Second Ezra the 13th chapter, Yahushua, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, those nations that are going to be confederate to fight against them is going to be headed by Russia. And you can see it, like, man, the prophecies are so clear. Russia is being propped up to be the next superpower that everybody lost, because what they were saying about this whole conflict in Syria was that Russia was the most diplomatic player of them all. This guy Vladimir Putin is playing chess. He's playing 4D chess, and it's working to his favor. It's working to his favor. And the U.S. is seeming like the bad guys, but again, those that have sense. Well, let me not say those that have sense. Those that just go beyond CNN, man. You see that the reason that the United States is over there is because of the state of Israel, man. All right, they're the ones that have interest in Syria. They're the ones that ultimately want to take down Iran. All right, and they're going also against, not the state of Israel, but the United States is going against China, the country of China. But the reason they're going against China is because the past 20 years, China's been on a GDP surplus that's been surpassing the United States, man. All right, the only thing that China lacks right now is oil and water. That's why the United States is in Afghanistan, to cut off the chance of a pipeline going straight to China. All right, this is why China has to get their oil from Africa. But there's a lot of chess pieces being moved around. But if the United States issues sanctions upon Turkey, which is a NATO ally, that's going to be big, because that's going to want to make Turkey, that's going to make President Erdogan, we already see that he's cutthroat, man. The guy's cutthroat. Remember, he straight up killed the dude that wanted to supplant him for the presidency, man. Over there, they don't play. All right? The Turkey, over there in the East, they don't play no games with motherfuckers, man. All right? Because what did they do to the Kurdish leaders? There's this one woman that they, I don't know, I forgot her name, but she was a Kurdish leader, and they pretty much yanked her out of a vehicle and shot her in the fucking head, man. Now, don't get it twisted. The Kurds are pretty fucked up too, because what they were doing with the Syrians, they was using Syrian captives, saying they would trade them, keep them as captive, but they were trading them to rebels, all right, for Kurdish captive people to get them slain and chopped up. So there's a lot of cutthroat House of Cards type shit going on over there in the Middle East, but mainly with biblical prophecy, as we see in that Ezekiel 38, man, this is what's being played out right now. And as the scripture says in the book of Revelations, the feet of it is of the bear. The feet of it is like the bear, that this Edomite empire, the Edomites are the so-called white people today, that empire is going to end with Russia. And we see in Russia being propped up as the next head of these nations, because they're already allied with China. Hey, recently you saw Vladimir Putin. He was giving this, he gave a debt to MBS, Mohammed bin Salman, the crown prince of Saudi Arabia. And what he's trying to do is, the U.S. has I think it's a $250 billion military contract with Saudi Arabia, all right? Saudi Arabia gets most of its military exports from the United States. Now, Vladimir Putin is over there, all right? And he's shaking hands and rubbing elbows with Mohammed bin Salman. And what he wants to do is, he wants them to get their ground defense system from Russia, because the Russian S-400, S-500, and even the S-300 is far superior to the Patriot missile defense system. All right, even at that 400, you know, Russia, surface to air wise, Russia leads the world, man. All right, with the S-500, it's way more complex and not more complex. Let me say, it's way more efficient and it's way more cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Why pay $1 billion for something that's selling for 500 million? That's way more superior. So we seen that Russia, Vladimir Putin is getting his hands allied with the right people, man. All right, he's getting his hands allied with the right people, setting up that scripture of Revelation talking about the feet of it being as a bear. And we also see Ezekiel 38. Man, this is just beautiful, man. This is beautiful. So, you know, staying in tune with what's going on over there in the Middle East, man, because everything is biblical prophecy. Everything is biblical prophecy. The Most High got the pot is cooking, man. The pot is cooking. And if Saudi Arabia starts buying their weapons from Vladimir Putin, all right, then hey, man, you know, United States might have the largest military, but we've seen that these nations are trying to say, you know, starting to do backdoor deals, abandoning SWIFT, because SWIFT is how the United States is doing a lot of these sanctions. You know what I'm saying? So people are finding alternative routes to go beyond that use for means of transactions, man. There's a lot going on over there, man. And that was just a quick update, man. Keep your eyes up on Turkey and the sanctions. See if President Trump is going to put some heavy sanctions on them and have them lean towards the Russian, Iranian allies, man. Alright, that was just a quick update on prophecy. With that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rakakadash, the blindness of the apostles and the elders of great milestone and true well, and salutations to hopeful elect out there. You are Kim Tzedakah to do this thing that have most truth and sincerity. Shalom.